Alright, hello guys. Story time with the AtheistWanderer. A United States Marine was attending some college courses in between assignments. He was previously stationed in Iraq and Afghanistan. One of the course's professors was a known member of the ACLU and a devout atheist. One day the professor shocked the class by coming in and looking up at the ceiling and saying out flatly, "God, if you're real, I will give you 15 minutes to knock me off of this platform." The lecture hall fell silent. You could hear a pin drop. 10 minutes went by, and then the professor proclaimed, "Here I am, God, I'm still waiting." It got down to the last couple minutes, and then the Marine got out of his chair, he went up to the professor on the platform and he cocked him right in the face, clearing him off the platform. The Marine went back to his desk and sat down. The classroom was silent. Everybody was shocked. Finally, the professor came to and he asked, What was that for? Why have you done this?" The Marine calmly replied, "God was too busy today protecting the American men and women overseas, protecting your right to say stupid stuff like that. So he sent me." And then the classroom erupted in applause. And my God, what a fucking stupid story. Now, there's a few problems with the story, and granted, I've never heard it actually said by a Christian before, except for on the internet. I've never heard a Christian in real life use this as a argument. It's not even really an argument, it's just a story. And so let's go ahead and dissect this stupid little story, shall we? Now first, this has to be the most biased opinion or the most biased view of what an atheist is. A lot of theists have this idea that all atheists are snooty, pseudo-intellectual assholes who get on the internet and make videos talking about how much they hate religion and how... fuck you. Now, besides a lot of the YouTube atheists who make it their business to be very abrasive and out there and to be very, in your face, most atheists on a day-to-day basis aren't like this. They're normal fucking people, just like how Christians are normal people in real life. Oftentimes we see how theists on the internet and atheists on the internet adopt this kind of mob mentality, and we see that the internet, it allows everybody to be anonymous. So everybody is wearing that mask when they come online, and it allows everybody to be gigantic assholes to each other. So this isn't just a problem with atheists on the internet, this is also a problem with theists on the internet. It's not and it's not exclusive to atheists. And even if an atheist was actually acting like the college professor in the story, is that really much different than how radical theists act out on the streets? How about these people?
So you're gonna tell me I'm not white?
You're not white.
What am I?
Yeah, I'm telling you who you are. You're an Edomite.
What is an Edomite?
A so-called white people.
The devil, Joshua. I'm the devil.
You so-called white people are Edomites. Just like,
I know.
Just like, dummy. Look at the sun.
You got a sign.
The so-called so-called African Americans, so-called Native Americans, people of so-called Hispanics are Israelites. The 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
You got a sign.
I got this from the Bible. I got this from the Bible.
The Bible believes in slavery.
The Bible can. That's right.
You did believe in slavery. Yeah. Ownership of slavery.
Just like you owned up people.
I cannot wait. And you're gonna own me.
Hell yeah.
And you're gonna work. And you're gonna work hard.
You're gonna be picking calm down. Calm down. Everybody calm down. Listen, no, not yet. Wait a minute.
I'd like to work hard.
I'm going to work right now.
I don't believe in ownership.
Why not? For 100 families from Greece. You own Native Americans.
You think when back in 1812, when they were reading the scriptures, the same Bible you're reading right now to your people, and they were reading it as Thomas Jefferson, the writer of our Constitution,
they had the right to do that.
Was owning your people.
Yes, they had the right to do it.
Raping your women.
They had the right.
It
was all biblical prophecy.
Come on, it was all biblical right. Nobody owns nobody.
It was all biblical prophecy. I told you, I read the scripture. The Israelites had to be punished for what they did.
You don't think
God
this is wrong?
Allowed your people.
You think Thomas Jefferson had the right to rape your women?
Yeah, he did.
God allowed it.
Just like we're gonna have the right to rape your woman in our kingdom.
And how about this guy?
You're ruining my vacation. You all ought to go home. You ought to go back to your hotels, put more clothing on, stop being drunkards, stop being potty mouths, stop being blasphemers, stop being fornicators, stop being clubbers, stop causing so much destruction to your own soul and to society, Stop ruining my vacation. Go home. You're wasting your money. You're wasting your parents' money. Every day you're here. Every hour you're here, you're wasting money, you're wasting time, you're destroying your soul. The Bible says that when Christ returned with his mighty angels and flaming fire, taking vengeance on all those who do not know God and do not obey the gospel.
Is sin a byproduct of free will?
Absolutely.
Then there's no free will in heaven.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
because
no
we are
free will in
made.
heaven.
Because we are made perfect.
So we're just robots in heaven, mindlessly worshiping the all-powerful God.
You won't even listen. I stopped you here. You came over here, and now you're mad.
You screamed at me that Satan was my God.
Because you accused me. I threatened you?
Yes.
Yeah, right. Now you're falsely. Now you're a false.
Are you not threatening me with torture? What is
I'm threatening you.
What is Satan?
I'm threatening you to torture. I'm going to torture you.
No, you're not brave enough. You don't even threaten yourself. So you don't even know. You don't even know how to debate and threaten people.
So whereas those kind of people argue from their ignorance and they argue from the antiquated Bible, atheists are arguing from logic and reasoning, and we're arguing from disbelief because we've seen a severe lack of evidence. But we'll go into that another time, and I'm sure I've already gone into it before. So my main gripe with the story is the portrayal of the Marine and how the entire story has like a disregard for why we're actually overseas in Iraq and Afghanistan. I don't agree with the military occupation of these foreign countries, but I don't have anything against the individual troops because I've met them, and a lot of them are good people who joined the military for, pretty logical reasons. I've very rarely met Marines who join the military because they want to live out some stupid, childish, Call of Duty fantasy. Like they're gonna go out to the desert and shoot up brown people in foreign lands. I really haven't met that many people like that. It's the smallest demographic of people who join the military that I've met, and I'm very thankful for that because we need to keep those psychotic killers away from the battlefields because they're a liability to themselves and they're a liability to their entire squad or platoon or whatever the fuck. The entire story acts like our occupation and our invasion of Iraq was justified from a religious point of view. And it makes it seem like as though if we did not invade, if we did not go there and kill, tens of thousands of their civilians, that they would have stolen our freedoms. When in all reality, the US government has been stealing our rights and our liberties since 9/11. Every instance of our liberties being taken away post 9/11 weren't because of the terrorist, it's because of the US government. It's because they want to offer a safer solution. So safer means taking away more personal liberties from you. Just go to a fucking airport. It's absolutely terrible and maddening, and a lot of people don't remember what it used to be like to fly before 2001. Now apparently Jesus had a role in all of this. Jesus, the Middle Eastern Messiah from 2,000 years ago, well before, the United States of America was ever formed, he has an investment in protecting our troops. Isn't that so kind of him? Now this kind of sentiment turns what is really the dying throes of American capitalistic imperialism by invading those countries. It turns that, what the situation actually is, into a crusade for the people. It's a tactic that tries to justify the unjust and attempts to rebrand the war to appeal to the religious community of America and to the xenophobic community of America. Now I shouldn't have to reiterate this sentiment, but God is all-powerful, which means that he has control over every atom, over every human being, over every thought that's going on. He can manipulate it, control it. He knows about its going on, its presence at all times. So there's no reason for him to partition his fucking schedule. He's not just forgetting about the fucking starving Ethiopians. He's not just forgetting about the abused factory workers. And to suggest that is completely appalling because it takes away from what's actually going on. You say, oh, well, he's too busy making America great to focus on the Ethiopians and the abused factory workers in Asia. He's too busy making America great. That really detracts from all that, because if there was a God who was ruling all of that, he would have the power to sort out all of those things instantaneously. So let's go ahead and graph this out. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and map all this out. So we have the Marines. Alright, so we have the Marines with an M. Now they're going overseas to, let's put a house here. This is somebody's house Whose house is this? It's Iraq and Afghanistan. Okay, so the Marines are going to the house of Iraq and Afghanistan. What are they doing at the house? They're asking for a cup of freedom. So we have freedoms, so we're gonna do little F's, little flying F's here, a bunch of little fucking F's. Alright, so they're going to go get the freedoms. Now, this is where things get interesting, if it wasn't already. Now they're going to attain these freedoms in order to, am I even filming? Thank God. So they're going to attain these freedoms to bring back to America. It's the land of the free. So a flag here, and I'm gonna draw a penis on there. Big old American cock. Jizzing off the flag. Alright, so I have American flag. Alright, so they're attaining these freedoms, bringing all these freedoms back to America, because apparently there's a deficiency of freedom in America. So apparently Americans are consuming, there's actually a real graph, I'll go ahead and draw it out for you. Over the course of time, here's time, and here's the amount of freedom. We've actually been consuming more freedom. That's a real graph based on actual statistics that I just made up. So we've been consuming more freedoms, which means that we have to go to foreign countries in order to get their freedoms. Now, we're bringing back the freedoms so that we can manufacture different things at the free... Is this about resources? Is this about oil? No, it is about freedom. Yeah, it's definitely freedoms. We're definitely there because of freedom. Now, so we went over there for freedom. And so Jesus, God, which loves the entire planet, so we've been told, he's a sneaky bastard, actually. He's actually not supporting Iraq and Afghanistan. No, he said, fuck you guys. Jesus, the big J over here, they give him a king's crown, because he's the king of being a fucking dick. So Jesus over here is protecting the Marines who are over there fighting for the freedoms to bring back to America. Now, what do we know about America though? America is a, go ahead and write it out. America is the land of the what? What is it the land of? It's the land of the free. Free, huh? So, what does that tell you? It tells you that the American people are free. We have a lot of freedoms. We have more freedoms than other countries. But we're oppressing people in other countries and stealing their freedoms in order to bring back to our country. That doesn't make any sense. But what else do we know about America? America, it's the land of God. Yeah, that's right. It says in the made up part of the Constitution, it's the land of God. And the part in the Bible actually says that America belongs to God. So there's a fact. It's 1 Corinthians 17. God is the best, apparently. So we've been told God is the best, and he loves freedom, and he loves America. So he's given us all these freedoms, so we already had freedoms, so why the fuck are we going over here, taking our freedoms? It doesn't make too much sense, but all that I can guess is that we are in a crisis, and we really need other people's freedoms right now, more than anything else. We need their freedoms. But we know that, you know, all in all, in conclusion, Jesus protecting the Marines who are stealing the freedoms from Iraq and Afghanistan, but not stealing, they're mining the freedoms with, you know, bullets to people's heads to bring back to America, because that's a just situation. And so Jesus is kind of, you know, it seems like Jesus could just bypass all of this and just give us freedom, but, you know, he's in a bit of a crisis right now. He's in a bit of a pickle. He's very busy with other things, so he doesn't actually have time to give us freedoms, but it doesn't make any sense, because apparently we're the land of God, so we should already have all the freedoms that we need. So, do you guys not see the problem? So now that we've concluded that, we can see that there's one more point. Now, if Jesus is overseas helping our Marines mine freedom juice from the skulls of Iraqi civilians, let's just put it like that, why does he care about what the atheist is saying? Why is he even concerned? Why is, the Marine says that Jesus is too busy to deal with the atheist because he's overseas protecting the Marines who are fighting for our freedoms, for more specifically his freedom to be able to bash Jesus like that and bash God like that. So there's two problems. Why the fuck would the Marine even care? Why would he give a shit? He fought for the freedoms for him to say that. He should feel glad that he's able to say that, even if he disagrees. This is another hypocrisy of Christianity. And they say, oh, God is fighting for your freedoms, but he doesn't want you to be talking bad about him. But hey, that's Christian logic for you. It makes no fucking sense, and it's almost non-existent. So I'm AtheistWanderer, and peace out. Go ahead and like my video, subscribe, share it, add me on Facebook and Tumblr and Ask.fm and a bunch of other things. And I'll be making more content in this apartment because I won't get yelled at by people, so that's cool.